California storm, evacuations ordered as mudslide flood risks grow. Thousands of residents were told to leave their homes as heavy rain caused flooding in parts of California. Relentless storms have killed at least 17 people since late December. A winter storm warning remains in effect in Northern California after severe thunderstorms raced across the region early Tuesday, bringing gusty winds, lightning and torrential rain to a region battered by days of severe weather and where tens of thousands remain without power. In the Sierra, more snow is continuing to pile up and will be heavy at times, so travel is not advised. Severe weather jolts the region overnight. An unconfirmed 72 miles per hour wind gust was recorded just before 4:30 a.m. east of Copperopolis in Calaveras County. About an hour earlier, 54 miles per hour winds were recorded at Sacramento International Airport. The strong winds nearly blew a big rig over the Yolo Bypass on Interstate 5. 2 people inside were able to crawl out of the cab to safety, authorities said. Here's how to track power outages. More than 31,000 people across KCRA3's coverage area are dealing with outages on Tuesday, as of 2:13 p.m., according to a state map. That's down from more than 60,000 before 7 a.m. SMUD's outage map showed more than 5,000 customers affected by the outages in the Sacramento area as of Tuesday at 10:55 p.m. The numbers have been declining since an overnight high of 50,000 during peak wind gusts on Monday. But many people in the Sacramento area have been without power for days. At the peak of early Sunday's outage, 345,000 customers were without power. Thousands of Californians remained under evacuation orders as heavy rainfall continued in parts of the state, threatening more flooding as part of a series of storms that have left at least 17 dead in recent weeks. Thunderstorms were drenching Northern California Tuesday afternoon, with more rain expected Wednesday and Thursday. Across the state, more than 20 million people are under flood alerts as the risk of mudslides also spreads to the Los Angeles and San Diego areas. Scattered to widespread instances of flash flooding will be possible, especially near steep terrain and burn scars, the Weather Prediction Center said Tuesday afternoon. Roughly 34,000 remained under evacuation orders statewide, California Governor Gavin Newsom said in a Tuesday afternoon news conference. The rain is part of a wave of atmospheric rivers, long, narrow regions in the atmosphere that can transport moisture thousands of miles, that have thrashed the West Coast in the last several weeks. The storms have led to dangerous flooding and mudslides and prompted evacuations across the state, with much of California getting rainfall totals that are 400% to 600% above average in that time. Track the storms. The rain is largely over for Southern California until the end of the week, but California is not out of the woods. 4 more atmospheric river events are expected in the next 10 days. Northern California's severe weather Wednesday and Thursday will be followed by a weekend storm, another weather event early next week, and another just days after. Deadly climate disaster for unhoused people. At least 2 of the people killed in California's storms were people experiencing homelessness. Rebecca Road, 40, and Stephen Sorensen, 61, were both found with trees on top of their tents over the weekend, according to a news release from the Sacramento County coroner. Both were unhoused, according to the release. In Southern California, just northwest of Los Angeles, at least 18 people were rescued Monday by the Ventura County Fire Department, including multiple people who were stranded on an island in the Ventura River, fire officials said. Many of the people who were rescued from the river were unhoused, the fire department said. Unhoused people face the highest risks during severe weather events, the National Alliance to End Homelessness told CNN, adding that local authorities working to keep those individuals safe should lower any barriers that prevent people from going to shelters. Those barriers can include shelter policies on whether partners and pets are allowed, how many bags and personal belongings an individual is allowed to bring, and how long someone has lived in the area, said Alex Vysotsky, Senior California Policy Fellow at the Alliance. If you're choosing between letting people drown because they're on a riverbed than letting them in the shelter because they have more than 1 or 2 bags of belongings, that's a problem, Vysotsky said. And the risks continue long after the storms for these communities, as many individuals may not have dry clothes and a warm place to go for days following the severe weather event and can end up getting sick, said Bob Erlenbush, the executive director of the Sacramento Regional Coalition to End Homelessness. One of the worst storms in a decade. Meanwhile, evacuation orders were lifted for the oceanside town of Montecito and nearby areas of Santa Barbara County, and residents were cleared to return to their homes, Santa Barbara County Sheriff Bill Brown announced Tuesday afternoon. Montecito, located between the Santa Ynez Mountains and the Pacific Ocean in Southern California's Santa Barbara County, got Monday's evacuation orders on the 5-year anniversary of a 2018 mudslide that killed 23 people as mud and boulders the size of houses plowed down hillsides, splintering more than 100 homes and rupturing a gas main, according to the state's Office of Emergency Services. This week, the county was deluged with water, saw floods, mudslides, road closures, and multiple rescues, county officials said. Crews in Santa Barbara County responded to more than 200 incident calls due to the heavy rains, Captain Scott Safechuk, spokesperson for a Santa Barbara County incident management team, had said earlier.